and welcome to the Rocket Scientist that review LEGO classic space sets from the time period 1978 to 1987. Today we have a special edition. It's about the 885 space scooter with lights. The 885 space scooter was the first set that I got as a young boy. Now I have modified the craft with lights. And here you can see that I have lights on board, on the nav lights here, and even on the propulsion section you see the rocket engine is glowing. Really fun little project to do. So how did I do it? You don't see too much wires, or do you? First evidence is that you actually have some wires coming here, and you see some holes here. So I had to do something not all people, I guess, would dare to do or want to do, is to drill holes in Lego and Lego Classic Space. Would you do that? Well, I'm mad enough to do that. So I drilled a hole through here so I could bring out the electrical leads through the holes and to the other side. And here you see the outlet hole here. And here you see the hole for the nav lights here. Where do I have the energy? Well, it's inside here with a battery. And we will have a look on that. If I lift this piece off, I will cut the power. So let's talk about the LEDs. But here you see actually the LED that I'm using. It's very small. It can be found on Amazon, and you can buy this in bundles. I purchased with the color white, blue, red and green, and it's not very expensive. The copper colored here is the plus. So since it's a kind of a semiconductor, you have to have the right polarity. And blank part here is the negative. So that is important when you wire this up. So you can see it's very small, and compared to one stud element, as seen here, you see that this is very small in comparison. So this can easily fit within a plate brick like this. So why do I do this? Well, it's for the fun of it, of course, but I also plan to make some brick movies. Of course, you can do this digital on the computer, but it's nice to have some real lights effect on the model. That makes the processing easier. Now we have the lights turned off. Off. On. So what was a little difficult is this part. And take this brick off. You see here I had to place the leads inside the plates here, and I had to machine away some of the material here in order to get a clean route through here. But it's far from perfect, and I had to do some machining of this brick in order to get this to stick properly. So here I could have done a better job, I guess, on this part. So it's not the best fit there. This part fits very well, and oh, there you go. So here you see that I machined on two sides so I could bring in the leads into the hole here, and I drilled a hole through the wing section and up to this piece. So the energy is stored inside here. You see the battery, they consist of three elements of the type LR626, which are just stick together using electro tape. And before I could insert that piece and the metal here, I had to machine away this plastic cylinder which was sitting here. But the brick will still fix to the plate very nicely without any problem. But you have to make sure that you have removed enough material so that this will be sufficient below this edge here. This looks a little primitive maybe, but there you see the two leads, all the plus part twisted together and the negative part twisted together. Here I could have I have some future plan to maybe use some plates here which slides in contact with the battery. So this plate I glued into place. I cut it off, of course, and glued it into place. Same with this, I bent this plate from some foil I had. When you purchase the LEDs, you are included with resistors like this. This type you can use if you have a 3.5 to 5 volt DC. If you have higher voltage, you could apply, or you should apply this one, otherwise you will burn out the LED. This is 9.1 to 14.4 volt DC. So that's included. But as you see, this is a very small craft and there is no space for resistors of that type. You have, of course, the surface mounted resistors that could be used, but this is just for the fun of it, and it will work. It will work. We have very low voltage here, and you see it's more than enough. It's a little tricky to get this work, but when assembling it, but with practice it's become better. But it could be improved by having some plates or even having some small switch. Here you see it's glowing good now, and you have good contact, but you see this is more pale than this one. This can also be due to that this is a little shifted to one side, but I think there are some differences in brightness. And when you connect all these LEDs together, you have to connect them in parallel, which I have done here. That makes it fairly simple. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. If you like my channel, please consider subscribing. If you have any comments, please do not hesitate to share them with me. Bye for now.